So in this segment, we're going to talk about how to capture media items as well as how to prepare your media items to put into the system. So here, if I had a still or a graphic from an external source that I wanted to capture, all I have to do is select my source, and you can either do this on an aux bus or even program. So it depends just how you feel. In this case, I'll say, all right, on aux 1, I want Studio 1. And now in Media Store 1, I'll just select it on the preset bus, so I'll see it here. I now have an option that comes up called Capture. So if I click on Capture, it'll now allow me to either pick any source directly, or I can pick from a list of buses. Like I can capture my program or my preview, or even my clean feed. So for now, we'll go ahead and we'll select Studio 1. I see it, and now when I capture, it's going to go ahead and capture this item and stick it into the capture directory. When it completes, it'll also load it into the window, so when I cut away and I come back to Media 1, there it is. When I come over to my GUI and I go into that capture menu, I will now see that capture available right there. So there's that capture. And of course, it's loaded in my channel. Stills can be anything from a target, JPEG, bitmap, PNG, any of those types of files. They are full frame or smaller than frame, in which case smaller than frame, you can position them anywhere you want. MediaStore Channel 1 and 3 shares 4 gigabytes of RAM cache, so that's about 400 frames with alpha in 1080i. Don't forget, audio takes up a little bit of space, so it might reduce a little bit. Channel 2 and 4 also uses up 4 gigabytes of RAM cache, so you can load, again, about 400 frames. Now it loads from USB into the RAM cache, so if I selected my media offline and I grabbed something that I hadn't loaded before, it doesn't take long for a single frame of video to load, and it'll take about 1 frame per second for animations. So for things I want to animate, I want to cache those up ahead of time, and it creates an order based on how you last used it. So if you don't use something for a long time, when you call in something new, it'll eventually push those out of the RAM cache. But whatever you use most recently always goes to the top of the stack and top of the order. Alternatively, you can use Expression to export files as well. Here I had a lower third that was animating in. So if I click on this, I'll see in my graphic how it animated in, and then eventually how it animated out. And if I wanted that as an entire file, I could load that video into Expression, I can right click, and I can export to images. So from here, it's very easy to export the entire animation simply by picking a directory where I want it to go. So in this case, we'll say Media Drive, and I'll create a new folder, Exports, click OK. I can change the name if I wanted to, if I didn't want it to say this. And then I simply come down and pick my type. So we'll say PNG. It'll automatically create it as a sequence. It'll get all the information from the project for file size, and then you click on Export. And now the system will automatically export all these frames of video for you so that you don't have to have it done externally in different software. And then you can just drag and drop it onto the switcher, and away you go.